AL game of the week. Tonight's ball game features the Terra Trojans against the San Rafael Bulldogs. Hello again, everybody. Tucker Rivers here with you, along with our commentator, Mike Forensic. Tonight's ball game is labeled the Bell Game, a continuing series between these two town rivals, and Terra has won the last two contests. The San Rafael Bulldogs are looking to change that right away. With a fine talent of offensive ball players, the Bulldogs are ready to get this one underway.
I tell you, they're coming into the game with a 5-2 conference record, and as you said, the Bulldogs have a multi-talented backfield led by senior running back Leonard Howard. And quarterback Roger Sweeney can also run the ball as well. Their defense is a steady one. They've played well all year long. They're coming off of a 14-0 shutout over the Richmond Oilers a week ago. I'm going to have to go with Coach Muster and say the key for the Bulldogs in tonight's game is going to be the play of their offensive line to open up the holes for that good running game.
It's definitely going to be needed. It's damp on the field. The Terra Trojans on the other side with a loss of their star running back Bob Schellenberg has had some ample offensive support by Jeff Abel, who's been an outstanding running back in the conference. Also Tony Mowers as well. They picked up the slack. They had a tough game last week against San Marin, but they're looking fit and fine and ready to get started with tonight's ball game. The ball game will continue right after this message, so stay tuned. All right, tonight's ball game, the Bell Game. The Terra winning last year and last 2 years. And we'll be starting off with the Bulldogs kicking off. To get a look there at number 21. And that's Aaron Lafrano doing the kicking. Deep for Terra. On your right, 48, Jeff Abel. And number 34, Steve Hart. And we're underway. Lafrano with a high kick. Taking it on the outside. Running across the middle, finding some room there is Steve Hart. Hart's going to go all the way. The Trojans get on the board just like that. Number 34, Steve Hart into the end zone. What a way to start off the Bell Game, Mike.
I tell you, no flags down either, so that one's going to count for 6 for the Trojans, and you can't plan a better start than that.
The field is in tough condition, but Hart found a way to go all the way.
Well, you see Hart taking the ball. They're getting a couple of good key blocks up the middle, and he takes it from there. Just one more defender to beat, and he's gone.
The Trojans on the way, Mike.
He broke that one. No one within 10 yards of him.
In to attempt the point after. The kick is up and good. Well, we haven't got a signal yet. Let's see here. Yes, it is good. So, 10 seconds, 11 seconds has elapsed off the clock, and the Trojans jump right out on top, Mike.
Well, the special teams did a good job there opening up the holes for Hart, as you're going to see right there. He takes the ball. San Rafael making some good pursuit on the play, but right there in the center of your screen, you're going to see the blocks take place.
And he did break a couple of tackles on the way, too. 85 yards on the return. And Coach Bob Caro of the Trojans couldn't be any happier. There he is, Steve Hart. Outstanding run back for a score. So now the Bulldogs will have to regroup. We wanted to make mention this ball game, the winner of this game has a shot at a possible playoff berth in the North Coast sectionals coming up. The Marin Catholic Wildcats, the conference champions, already have got a spot. But there is a situation here between the Trojans and the Bulldogs and the San Marin Mustangs. We'll talk about that later on in the standings, with all of them being 5-2 at this time. So Tony Mowers will kick off for the Trojans, deep for San Rafael. You've got 24 David Moses, and looks like Sean Lehman down with him. Bloomquist takes the kickoff. He runs upfield, finds a little hole, but he's going to be taken down at about the 25-yard line. So the Bulldogs will start off 1st and 10. And here's a look at the Bulldogs starting offense. At quarterback, number 12, Roger Sweeney. In the backfield, you'll have number 42, Leonard Howard. Wide receivers, the 24, Moses, and 46, Bloomquist. 27 Living Goods in the backfield also. And we'll have the line for you in just a second. Living Good in motion. Handoff inside going to Howard. He's only going to pick up about a yard. Stopped in the play by a swarming TL defense. Up front on the line for the Bulldogs, you've got right tackle 52 Ford, right guard 65 Riley, the center Bentley 55, 64 Scar, and the left tackle is number 72 Cavagnolo. In the backfield right now for the Bulldogs is number 45. Get a number there. He cuts across the middle, breaks a few tackles. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. Dave Brandt carrying the ball for the Bulldogs.
We're going to see a pitch outside to Brandt right there. He eludes one tackler, and here comes the rest of the TL defense to finish it off.
So with Brandt and Howard in the backfield, you're taking a look more at the season starting backfield lineup for the Bulldogs. Sam Rafael will run their offense right at you for the most part with that strong running game. One ball game earlier this season as they mark off a penalty. One game earlier this season they had where Leonard Howard ran back a 99-yard run. Shows you how strong that offense will be. So the Bulldogs were penalized 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down on about 14. Ball's on the 24-yard line. Sweeney back to pass. He's got Moses on an out pattern. Moses is there, receives, first down. Stopped out of play by number 27, and that's Keith Maher. The beautiful out pattern by David Moses.
Well, as you said, Moses running the out pattern towards the sideline. There comes a pass, and the ball was knocked loose after he was hit out of bounds, so the reception was good.
Moses, a 6-foot senior. He comes split out now to the bottom. The Bulldogs go with the slot and Living Good. Bloomquist is open. Living Good in motion. Brandt and Howard in the backfield. Brandt in the eye, going outside, gets around the safety, slips up and falls down. As Alan Williams met him at the point of slipping by Brandt. So it'll be second down.
Well, the field's in not as bad a shape as I thought it would be with the rain before the game. But right there, Dave Brandt loses his footing and goes down. But as I said, it's not in that bad a shape, considering all the rain that's fallen on the field before game time.
Second down and 10, no gain on the play. Terra stacking up with a 4-3 defense. Once again, Brandt on the I formation run, slants up the middle. He's going to pick up about close to 5 yards. Very strong defensive play there by the Trojans.
Sanderfeld going to their bread and butter, going to that ground game, pounding out 2, 3, 4 yards at a time, and they're marching up the field just at about the 50-yard line now.
So look at that Terra defense. Up front, they've got Mark Green and Paul Crudo at the ends. The tackles of Blair Flannery, 69, Jason Ottolini, 71. Linebackers, we'll have that for you in just a second. Third down and a long 5 for the Bulldogs. Outside pitch to Brandt. He's being trapped. He's going to be taken back. No, he slipped a few tacklers and finally taken down. He's going to lose about 8 on the play. Penalty flag down. We'll see what our officials have to call on this one. And it's going to be called against Sam Rafael, as referee Pete Dardis gives us the signal of holding.
TL doing a good job right there, reading the run by Dave Brandt. You could see him trying to cut back the other way. But to no avail, as Terra does a good job defending that run.
So the first punt of the evening, Gavin Moore will be doing the chores for Sam Rafael. Deep for Terra is number 87, Gerald McCarthy, in single point punt formation. Moore gets off a short kick. McCarthy's going to let it roll as a gang of Bulldogs around to stop this one. So the Trojans offense will come out with a 1st and 10, ball at about the 23-yard line. And here's a look at the Terra offense. At quarterback, they'll have Dave Dunn. The running backs are Jeff Abel and Tony Mowers. Wide receiver, Rex Spear and Keith Maher. The tight end, Gerald McCarthy. We'll have the line right after this play. 1st and 10. Dunn rolling out to the outside, trying to go outside, incomplete. He tried to hit number 44, and that's Ken Corley. The lineman for the Trojans at left tackle, 52, Alan Williams. Left guard, Scott Curley. The center is Bill Salata. The right guard, Dave Zedek. And the right tackle, Blair Flannery. 2nd down, 10. 9:02 to go in the first period. Option set up. Passes outside now to Abel. Abel's going to pick up about 3 yards. Stopped on the play by number 32.
Abel taking the handoff right here, trying to get around side. He gets a good block right there. Good pursuit by the San Rafael defense.
The Bulldog defense, one of the strongest in the conference. They've been especially tough at home. Dunn calling at the signals, rolling outside. Pass, bent up in the air, intercepted. Bloomquist running downfield. Sam Rafael ball. So the Bulldogs in the first turnover will take possession of the ball, 1st and 10. Resting at about the 25-yard line. Take a look at this one, Mike.
Well, you're going to see the pass getting deflected up in the air right there. It goes straight up, and Bloomquist wait for it to come down. And he does what he has to do, and the Bulldogs get a break right there, Tucker. Try to get that 7 back they gave him on the kickoff.
Big hands of Gavin Moore, the 6'4" senior, batting that ball up in the air, and Bloomquist, number 46, making the reception. In motion now is Living Good. Handoff inside to Howard. Fake. Goes outside to Brandt. On the option, Brandt's going downfield. Count it up. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Dave Brandt, the 5'11" senior, scampers around for a 23-yard touchdown on the option.
Well, as you said, they ran the option. San Rafael has so many weapons in that backfield, you can't just key on one guy. They fake to Howard, the ball goes to Brandt, and he goes in for 6.
Lafrano in to attempt the point after. If you get a look there at Dave Brandt, an excellent setup. Lafrano in to attempt to try to tie this ball game up. Snap is down. Lafrano side winds it up. Tie ball game. 7:58 to go in the first period of play. The Bulldogs have got themselves on the board. Besides this being the bell game, as we mentioned, we'll take one more look there at the point after, Mike. I mean, the touchdown.
Well, you see Roger Sweeney giving a good fake right there and then giving a good pitch out to Brandt. So everybody does their part in that play, and it pays off with 6 points and 1 with the extra point. This game's all tied.
We take a look at the matchups as far as the battle for the playoff contention. Both of these teams with a 5-2 record, along with San Marin Mustangs, are in a sticky situation. San Rafael, if they win the ball game tonight, will finish second in the conference and will apply for a bid to get into the NCS playoffs. San Marin, on the other hand, are hoping that Terra Linda wins this game. By virtue of them beating Terra Linda already, they would get second place. Terra Linda has a tougher time. They must beat San Rafael and also hope that TAM is taking care of San Marin in the final game of the series. So it's kind of tough. San Rafael defeated San Marin earlier, 34-28. So right now they're in the driver's seat to control their own destiny to get a possible playoff berth. Once again, Lafrano to kick off deep. Hart, along with Jeff Abel. Steve Hart ran that kickoff back last time. Short kick by Lafrano. This time it's going to be Abel. It dives down on him, and he breaks to the outside, finds a little running room, cuts back inside. Almost got away. If not for a tackle there, Abel may have found some more running room for pay dirt. We can get a hold of number 32. We don't have on our lineup here. Made a touchdown saving tackle. Maher out to the left. Dunn handing off inside now, going up the middle is Tony Mowers. Mowers, a very strong running back. He and Abel have had to pick up the slack.
Well, there you see Mowers running behind the TL line with Salata and Zadek over there on that side, and they pick up about 3 yards on the play.
We mentioned earlier their star running back, Bob Schellenberg, was injured for the year, and he's a tough running back, but Abel and Mowers have been strong as well. They put out some good yardage in running games earlier this season. Mowers up the middle again. He might pick up a yard on a play, and that's about all. That front line of that San Rafael defense is awfully tough. They've got Big Gavin Moore and Joe Ford as the defensive ends, Johnston and Snellgrove as the tackles. The linebackers are Bloomquist, Livingood on the outside. Up the middle, they got Bentley, Mr. Bentley up the middle. He's very tough as well. And then the defensive backfield, they've got Sweeney, Sellers, Dietz, along with Brandt. Shotgun formation by Dunn. He's looking deep to let it go. Escapes the pack up the middle, but he's going to be taken down. Number 76 in there on a tackle for San Rafael, and that's Greg Burgess. Burgess, a 6-foot junior, doing a job.
Well, you're going to see Dunn had a good idea right there. He had a lot of running room, but San Rafael just reacts so quick, they close it down in a hurry.
4th down, and the Trojans will have to punt for the first time. Mauer's back to take care of those chores. Deep in single formation for San Rafael will be Dave Brandt. 6 minutes to go in the first period. Mowers gets off a high kick, but going to drop short. It's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. So the Bulldogs will get their running game in gear once again and try to add more points onto the board. Our referees for today's game: Pete Dardis. Our umpire is John Panagakis. Line judge, Larry David. And the linesman is Mike Poor. Fine job the officials have done this year in the MCAL. 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Full house backfield now, Livingood's in motion. Sweeney handing off inside to Brandt. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play.
Dave Brandt taking the handoff again. A good hole opened up there by number 65, Riley, making a good block right there. Brandt picks up 5, as you said.
San Rafael Bulldogs coming off of a big victory over the Richmond Oilers last week. Coach Muster said they had a slow start in that ball game and very lucky to get out of there with a victory. 2nd down, 5. Sweeney's going to look deep to Moses. Going Bloomquist across the middle. That's going to pick up about a good 30 yards as Roger Sweeney hits a bomber out there to Bloomquist.
You see Sweeney dropping back. He gets good time. It makes an excellent pass. Hits Bloomquist in stride. And San Rafael's got the ball over the 50-yard line once again.
You know what happened there with the defensive backfield, Terra Linda? They put a double coverage on David Moses out to the left, and it left the middle wide open for Bloomquist to find some room. So the Bulldogs advance upfield almost 35 yards, pick up a 1st down. They're in Trojan territory, the ball on the 41-yard line.
Roger Sweeney striking big twice already. He's thrown 2 passes, and he's got 45 yards in the air.
Bloomquist has started off on a good note tonight, an interception and now a big reception. Moses split out to the left. Going in motion is Brandt. Handoff inside to Howard, finding some running room. He's going to pick up some, spins off the outside, breaks a few more tackles, going deep. Will he get in there? No. Yes, he will. Looked like he was taken out of bounds, but touchdown, Leonard Howard, showing off the power of the Bulldogs. He must have broken about 5 tackles off in there, Mike. A beautiful spin that Howard made, and that was the key.
Well, here he gets the handoff. He gets a block right there, and here it is. That's unbelievable. He just dead stop, turns upfield, and he's gone. Unbelievable run by Leonard Howard right there.
Looked like he was going out of bounds as Matt Pierce made an attempt at him, and I thought he was out of bounds from our vantage point, but he managed to keep going. Lafrano in to attempt the point after. Little hold up here. They're going to attempt it now. Snap is up. Sidewind. And it's good. 4:41 to go in the first period of play. The San Rafael Bulldogs lead the Terra Trojans 14-7. Let's take a look at the conference standings and how they are up to date. The Marin Catholic Wildcats are 7-0 in conference play and have won the conference title. Tie for second, you see Terra Linda, San Marin, San Rafael, all at 5-2. Fifth place, the Tamalpais Indians and the Drake Pirates tied at 3-4. The Novato Hornets finished out their season at 3-5 and 7th. The Richmond Oilers are in 8th at 1-6, and the Redwood Giants 0-7 to round out the lineup. So that big tie there at second place. These three teams, San Marin, San Rafael, and Terra, are fighting for that berth, Mike.
All three teams got a shot at it, and this game right here, I'm sure every person from San Marin's watching this one.
Once again, let's take a look at that beautiful run by Leonard Howard.
Well, here, Howard, like I said, this is unbelievable. He just gets hit with a tremendous shot right there and just rolls right off it. And as you said, he was very close to going out of bounds on that sideline. Showed some good balance and went in for 6.
And we notice here in the kickoff, as Lafrano gets it downfield, those guys back in the deep formation have been running pretty good yardage out for Terra Linda. Once again, they're going to get good field position as Scott Anderson takes the run back for the Trojans. And they're going to start at about the 35. So we'll see what Coach Bob Caro and company will get going. Maher is going out to the right, to the left rather. Got two tight ends setting in. Handoff going inside now to Jeff Abel. He's wrapped around there. Almost looked like a face mask penalty.
Abel and the Trojans going up the middle again right there. He picks up a few yards, but there's San Rafael. They react quick. If they open up a hole, they close it in a hurry.
That strong Bulldog defense. Splitting out to the left now is Rex Spear along with Maher. Dunn hands off inside, and that's going to be a false start going to be called against San Rafael. Looked like one of the defensive tackles popped up before the ball was snapped. As Pete Dutters will make the call for us. And offsides will be called against the Bulldogs. That'll make it second down and possibly one or close to the first down. Second down and about 2 feet. Measure that one down. 4:00. Too busy watching the clock roll. 4 minutes to go, first period of play. We've had a lot of action going on. 14-7, favor of San Rafael. Handoff inside goes to Mowers, and he rambles on first down and more. As the Trojans get down to the 30, make it the 45-yard line into San Rafael territory.
Well, Mowers going up the middle, as Abel did the time before, and they're finding some success, Tucker, going through the middle of the San Rafael defense, at least the last 2 runs they have.
Trojans on the move. Spear and Maher going out to the left once again. The tight end is McCarthy. He's on the right. Mowers and Abel, and now Abel going upfield. He's going to be stopped for about a 2-yard gain. On the tackle that time is number 76. That's Burgess, along with Joe Ford.
Well, this time San Rafael had the middle clogged. They might have been suspecting the run coming that way, and they do a good job of allowing 2 yards from the Trojans.
Now, Coach Caro mentioned, and it was evident in the last game, the Trojans are able to pop 3-4 yards on a carry. But it's that third down and sometimes 3 and 4. It's hard for them to get. And a beautiful tackle. Stopped there by Joe Ford. As number 44, Ken Corley, found no room up the middle.
Well, Corley taking the ball, and you're going to see Ford making an excellent play. He comes off his block, and bam. popped him good in the backfield. Great play.
3rd down and 9. This is that situation that Coach Caro hates to be in. As Corley's in the backfield along with Mowers, Spears in the, rather, Dunn's in the shotgun formation. He's going to let it hang deep, going outside, trying to reach his man Maher, but there was nowhere near a chance for him to pick that one up. So it will be 4th down as we have the penalty flag called against the Trojans. And the Bulldogs will get a chance to either accept or decline this one. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to take it. Let's see what happens. They will decline. So the Trojans will go back to punt.
What you're going to see, San Rafael is such a tall defensive line that it almost forces Dunn to throw the ball up first to get it over him. That's probably why he overthrew him by so much.
Mowers once again to do the punting for the Trojans. Brandt's deep for San Rafael. Now, of course, the Trojans want to get this one as deep as possible to pin the Bulldogs back in their own territory. Coming from the outside is a rush, and barely gets it off as Howard almost got over. Brandt's going to pick it up on about the 15. He's up to the 20, going outside to the 30. He's on the sideline. He's still going, and he stopped right about the 44, maybe 49-yard line. Beautiful running by Dave Brandt as he took the tightrope and hung on.
You're going to see Dave Brandt just doing an excellent job receiving the punt right there. Looks like they got him corralled, and then the next thing you know, he breaks loose and he's downfield, and there's a touchdown-saving tackle right there by the Trojans.
2:06 to go in the first period. Excellent run back by Dave Brandt. Just when you thought he was pinned down there, he found the way to get out. Brandt and Howard in the backfield. Hand off to Howard up the middle. He's knocking a few tackles out of the way. He's still motoring upfield. There's the penalty flag on the play, though. As Leonard Howard picks up almost enough yardage for the first down. You'll see what referee Pete Dutters will call illegal procedure against the Bulldogs. They'll be penalized on this one.
Well, you're going to see Brandt pick up about 9 yards, but it does him no good as the Bulldogs jumped off a little bit.
So that play goes for naught. 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. They'll start this one from the 44. This is the big one, the bell game. Vidal Sassoon. 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. Handoff going to Brandt. Brandt finds the running room. He's going outside. One key block. He could be gone. Touchdown saving tackle by number 57, Scott Curley. Well, we'd have a 20-7 ball game. Brandt driving down from the 44-yard line.
Well, he made a big pickup before the illegal procedure call, and he runs the same side around that right end, and he looked like he was going for 6, and Curley does a good job to bring him down. Dave Brandt is on fire tonight.
31-yard pickup for Brandt, as he and Leonard Howard are just having a wonderful time running through the line there. Even though the Trojans are there, those guys are tough to bring down. It's kind of wet out there, and they're slippery, and it's hard to hold on to them. Howard up the middle. He's only going to pick up a couple of yards on the play. Down to a minute left to go in the first period. Bulldogs once again on the move. Out to the left comes out is Living Good. Double tight end position here. Pitch outside going to Branton, and Curley was not going to be confused by that play. The Bulldogs are going to lose about 7. It'll be 3rd down and about 16 to go.
I'll tell you one thing, the Bulldogs are pretty fortunate only to lose 7 yards in that play. Sweeney's pitch was a bit high, and Brandt made a good play just to get control of the ball.
And we're running down now to the end of the first period of play, as the Bulldogs of San Rafael lead the Terra Trojans 14-7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this message. 17. They run a reverse. Coming outside is Moses. Gets away from one tackler. Breaks away from another. Gets his feet back, and he rambles on as the pursuit of the Trojan defense kept that one from breaking open. That'll bring up fourth down and close to maybe 8 on the play.
Well, great play right there by the Bulldogs. Moses taking the reverse. You're going to see a great move right here. He hits the brakes, jukes left, goes right. And as you said, TL does a good job to save that one.
Maher and Pierce coming up there, making sure that he doesn't go any farther. Now we're going to have a timeout by San Rafael. And you got a tough decision right here because the ball is sitting on about the 23. This would be close to a 40-yard attempt. And Lafrano has got a strong leg. We saw that against the game with Tamalpais, as he scored the only points for the Bulldogs in that one. Oh, an excellent distance field goal.
Earlier in the season, Coach Muster said he has been working a bit extra after practice with his special teams, and it sure paid off this year for the Bulldogs. Doesn't seem to be too much wind. If there is any, it is blowing against him, though. Or actually, it's blowing with him, looking at the flag, so he does have the wind behind him.
Good crowd on hand tonight. Excellent sized crowd tonight for this ball game. Kind of a cool evening. In the words of Keith Jackson, it could have been a gully washer. For all the rain today. Lafrano in to attempt a 40-yard field goal. It's to his advantage being on the right hash mark as well. Snap up, a little high, gets it up. It's going to go off to the left. It's a tough attempt there by Lafrano. But the Trojans hold. And they'll start off first and 10 to the 23-yard line.
Well, as you said, the snap was high, and it looked like Hyams had a little bit of trouble getting the ball down. But either way, 40-yard field goal is pretty tough to hit.
Well, he got a lot of drive onto the ball, and being a soccer-style kicker, it's kind of tough to pull that ball when it's a little damp at times. Being a former place kicker and kicking straight on, I run across a few soccer guys when it's out there in the mud. But anyway, first and 10, Trojans, Dave, Dunn, and company trying to get started here. Hands off now to Abel. He's going nowhere. Stopped on the play by Joe Ford. Ford and Mike McGinnis of Drake remind me of each other. They play a very strong linebacker position, and they're intimidators as well. They are in on every play. Second down, loss of 3 on the play. Make it 2nd and 13. Split formation. Outside, you've got Maher as they run it up the middle once again. Also in on the play for Terra, Jason Walker, as they run up the middle.
Well, they try to go through the middle again, and you could just see by the picture right there, look at all the red jerseys on the ball carrier. San Rafael was almost in TL's huddle in that play.
Third down and 8. Ball resting now on the 22-yard line. Once again, Mowers and Abel in the backfield. Mowers in the I formation will make that curly. Split out now is Maher along with Spear. And Dunn's going to take a timeout.
Timeout called Terra.
With 10:06 to go till halftime. The Trojans are trying to put it together. As you get a look there, Coach Bob Caro coming out to give out some instructions. The Bulldogs are trying to apply themselves for a possible playoff berth. Tonight, they defeat the Trojans. The headquarters in Danville can expect an application.
Yeah, you could bet that. They probably already have it filled out. Both teams probably have it already filled out, along with Samara, and just waiting to drop it in the mailbox.
Well, this one decides, like we said, San Rafael controls their own destiny. As you get a look there, Coach Muster and company. And if they defeat Terra, they've automatically wrapped up second place in the conference. And I'm sure that Coach Zeklin and company at San Marino are keeping a close eye on this game. We'll start now, third down and long 8. Now we'll make it 9. As our clock operator keeps us in line here, we'll be okay for the rest of the night. Split out to the left is Spear. Out to the right is Maher. I formation. Dunn dropping back to pass. He's got some time. Going outside now. Completes the pass to Maher on the outside. He's going to pick up the first down and a few yards more.
You see Dunn throwing a pretty good pass here. Maher breaking loose to the outside towards the sideline. There's Dunn's pass and a great catch by Maher.
Well, that San Rafael defensive secondary has been tough on receivers all year long. You've got on the corners Brandt along with Edwards. And up to the safeties, you've got Dietz and Sweeney. And Dietz has got good height on him, so you're not going to get too much over his head. In motion now is Mowers. Draw play going up the middle is Abel. He finds a little room, but he's shut off quickly. Joe Ford in on the tackle. Little help there from Blomquist. And also in the tackle, number 74, Snellgrove.
Well, Terra Linda going through the middle, and there's a hit put on by Ford right there.
You know, the colors here on both teams kind of remind you of Stanford and Cal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the big game here in San Rafael.
And you know what? It's going to be the same situation. Stanford will be at home this year. Second down and 6 to go. 4-yard pickup by Abel rather. Dropping back is Dunn. Coming from the outside is Moore. Moore didn't get to him quick enough, but forced him to throw short. Gavin Moore provided pressure, and down is Dunn. He took a good shot there.
You're going to see Moore breaking loose at the bottom of your screen, and also to come in after that was Snellgrove. So Dunn had 2 big men chasing him on that play.
The third down and 6 to go. Just under 9 minutes till halftime. Trojans break the huddle. Maher going out to the right. Along with number 87, McCarthy. And Spears split out as well. Outside now, going to Abel. Abel finds little running room, but he's tackled short of the first down. Picked up about 5 on the play. Stopped by number 21. That's Lafrano. And that'll bring in Mowers to punt, possibly.
Well, the Trojans elect to go along the outside this time. And they pick up a few yards, but not enough. They're going to be short for that first down.
Abel did a good piece of running. He had some blockers up front, but that steady pursuit of the defense kept them from getting in. Mowers back to kick for the Trojans. Deep formation, single formation by himself there, as they say, is number 45, Brandt. Mowers gets off a spinner off his foot, goes to the outside, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So the Bulldogs with 8:14 once again get their hands on the ball. And we'll see what they'll get going. Roger Sweeney and company getting set. Cool night here in San Rafael. Everybody's got the jackets on around here. Except for you over here, my man. First and 10, ball on the just on the 21-yard line. Howard with the carry. Good tackle inside by number 52, Alan Williams. Or else Howard could have picked up some yards on this one.
Well, Sweeney giving the ball to Howard right there. And there's Williams and company coming in to make a good tackle, a good stop, holding him to about 1 yard.
A little help there from Mark Green, defensive end number 77 as well. Second down, long 9 for first. That's a big front line the Bulldogs have. Moses split out to the left. Living Good down to the right. And Moses left a little too soon. As a false start will be called against the Bulldogs. The penalties haven't been too many here in the first half. They haven't really decided on a lot of drives either.
No, not at all. The Bulldogs so far are running Greg Livingood in motion quite a few times, I guess, as a decoy.
When that game against Tam, he and along with Lafrano were the backfield.
Right.
We had the game earlier here on Viacom. It'll be second down and about 14 to go. As Sweeney sets up, he's got Moses out to the right. Split receiver going outside now is Brandt. Brandt breaks the tackle. He slips, couldn't make the turn. And turf out there playing a factor. One of the few times we've seen that happen. He'll pick up about the penalty yards that he lost.
Well, Brandt's feet are just moving so fast. He's so quick on a surface that's damp at all. He's going to lose his footing.
Third down and about 9 to go. The Bulldogs trying to get into position here to increase their lead. Heading up the middle now, going to Livingood. He's shooting all the way. Livingood puts him up on the board even farther now. 20-7. Greg Livingood with a 72-yard touchdown run. He just went right up the middle, got past the linebacker, and the speed just took over from there, Mike.
Well, we were talking 2 plays earlier. They've been running Livingood as the decoy. Now he finally gets the ball, and as you said, he just gets through the pack, and he's gone. Turns it on right there, 4th gear. Goodbye.
And you know the thing about it, if you had a chance to see in that replay, the line of the Bulldogs were up about 5 yards into the linebackers, and that created more of a hole. So the potent running attack of the Bulldogs, definitely a big plus in the ball game tonight. Lafrano in to attempt the point after. Snap is muffed. Goes outside now. Hyams is trying to hit Lafrano. He had a man open in the end zone, Blomquist, but didn't see that. So the Bulldogs missed the conversion and now lead 20-7. Once again, let's take a look at that run by Livingood. See how those linemen are up there, Mike?
Once he gets the blocks from his linemen, as you said, he's just gone. Livingood turns on that speed, and it's a 70-yard dash to the end zone.
That was just right up the middle between left guard and center. And Riley and Bentley just opened up the holes up there. So the Bulldog fans have got plenty to cheer about tonight. And the Trojans going to try to get themselves back in position now. They've had some good kickoff returns, but they've been unable to march even farther with their offense. We got 6:30 to go until halftime. Boy, those Bulldogs look awfully big on their offense. The guys are just huge running that ball down the field. Lafrano kicks off once again. Gets off a high kick. Hart will take it on about the 5. Hart finding some room up the middle, cuts up, and he's going to be tackled and driven back, but they'll stop this one at about the 32. A good run back there by Steve Hart. So Dave Dunn and company are going to try to do something else to get started here. The running game has been adequate, but they haven't been able to get that pass going. And I'm sure Coach Carl would like to get that started. Split outside now. Maher to the right. In motion is Mowers. Dunn dropping back to pass. Fakes his pass, gets out of the pocket as he's being flushed out. Throws deep, incomplete, as he tried to complete that one to Keith Maher, but back there defending on the play was Dave Brandt. So it'll be second down 10. He was flushed out of the pocket right there. Did you get a look there at Coach Caro and company? Flushed out of the pocket there by Greg Burgess, who's been on a few tackles himself. And a shot there at this, let's call it capacity crowd tonight. Give him that. A lot of people out tonight. Dunn going back to pass. Gets away from one tackler, hits up the middle, intercepted by Howard. The Bulldogs will take over at the Trojan 30, make that 40-yard line. Leonard Howard with the interception on the play. He takes it from the receiver, Mike, on this one.
Well, Dunn is just under so much pressure here. There he eludes one tackler, and Howard just steps right in and picks the ball off.
So 5:58 to go. Leonard Howard gives the Bulldogs another turnover as they're going to get set here and try to get another score in the end zone. Tight formation with Leonard and Brandt behind him. Going across to Moses. It's complete. He finds some room. Moses going toward the end zone. He's going to be in for the score. Or will he call him down at about the 1-yard line? David Moses. They ran that quick in pattern. And you can see that was timed. He got away from the defender, Mike, and it was wide sailing.
Well, that was the key right there. He just breaks away from his defender right there. Tries to give a stiff arm right here. And just about gets to the end zone. They ran that play earlier in the first quarter for a 15-yard pickup.
There's nothing the defender can do with the speed of Moses and a quick arm by Sweeney. First and goal, the ball, the 1-yard line. As the Bulldogs trying to increase their lead. We're approaching 5 minutes to go until halftime. Up the middle, going is Brandt. He's in for the score. The Bulldogs now lead 26-7. As this is about to open up, Mike.
Well, running behind that big line right there, Dave Brandt goes in for another touchdown, 1-yard plunge. And the Bulldogs definitely have things going for themselves here.
Lafrano in to attempt the point after. Try to make this game 27-7. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Moses is the only split-out receiver. Leonard and Brandt behind him. Sweeney on the option. Cuts back across the middle. He's got it. So the Bulldogs extend their lead to 28-7. And you see a happy Bulldog team coming off the field. Roger Sweeney, the junior quarterback. He's going to be tough to handle next year as well.
Well, here you see Sweeney just dropping back, and that's a perfect pass right there. Perfect pass to Brandt, and he takes it from there. As you mentioned, Sweeney does have a quick arm. He gets that ball from point A to point B very fast.
I tell you, that ball game we did with Tamalpais and San Rafael, we see how much they missed the running attack of Brandt and Howard. There's a possibility that ball game would have been a different story and could have made that game with Marin Catholic a little bit of a different story. But even then, that ball game that the Bulldogs had with them was a tough ball game. 7-6 that would wind up being. So Lafrano will kick off again. Hart and Abel are deep for the Trojans. Good shot there to Aaron Lafrano. And the kickoff. Hart takes it on about the 10, shoots up the field, goes outside, finds some running room. Hart's darting away, runs into one of his own men. Fumble on the play. Bulldogs once again recover. So the Bulldogs taking over. As you see, a happy Bulldog on a recovery. 1st and 10.
Well, again, Hart's had some good success on the run backs, and here he has more success before he takes his hit right there. And the ball just gets jarred out of his hands, and the Bulldogs recover.
Lafrano, the kicker, made the hit that forced the fumble. And there you look at the happy Bulldog who made the fumble recovery. Roger Sweeney and company once again gets started. Moses split out to the right. Sweeney's now into the shotgun formation. Moses is just shooting deep, cutting to the outside. He fakes his guy out. A big pass by Sweeney, cutting outside. Moses completes! Down to the 1-yard line. Moses just went up over the defenders and made an excellent catch. Saved that one. Beautiful reception. Mike, how about the agility of this young man, David Moses?
Well, David Moses just leaps. He's got about a 36-inch vertical leap, it looks right there, and he just pulls it away from 2 defenders.
Well, Maher was back to the last man along with a little help there, and he just went up in the air, and the advantage of the receiver was he knew where that ball was going. Sweeney had time back there to throw. Beautiful reception, and the throw was up there, almost similar to the old 49er alley-oop play. So the Bulldogs have called timeout with 4:31 to go. And they're going to try to make this game a little bit of a blowout. But we've got another half of football left to go, and anything can happen. Get a look there at David Moses. Moses, a 6-foot senior, making his last home game a good one.
Well, he's had a tremendous night. He's got 75 yards receiving on the night. Roger Sweeney 4 for 4 for 105 yards.
The Bulldog offensive tallies are just outstanding tonight.
The Bulldogs ball, first and goal, the Terra to 1 yard.
So the ball resting on the 1-yard line. The Bulldogs are going to try to power their way in for another score. This place will go wild with a touchdown. Up the middle, Brandt. He's in for the score. The Bulldogs in the end zone once again.
Well, there Brandt runs around the right side. The last touchdown he scored, he went around the left side, so it doesn't seem to matter with that good line that San Rafael possesses. Anything 2 yards and in, it's almost guaranteed 6.
Now, penalty has been called on the play, and we're not sure who that'll be called against. It might be a dead ball foul. Penalty called, delay a game against San Rafael. So what will happen in high school ball when the ball is not left in the end zone for the official, if it goes out of the end zone, you're automatically penalized for a delay a game. So that's a dead ball penalty.
Well, you're going to see Brandt going into the end zone. And supposedly, I guess he spiked the ball and it went out of bounds. As you said, the official couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah. Well, once you delay the game in the end zone, there was a rule that started about 1972, I remember in high school ball. Anytime the ball goes out of the end zone after a score, if he throws it out of there, if it spikes and rolls out, they'll call a penalty for delay a game. They must hand the ball to the official. So they will penalize the Bulldogs on the kickoff. So Lafrano in to attempt the point after. And we've got probably another delay of game here. Let's see what Pete Dutters will call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Terra. And we hope that nothing's going on down there too violent in the trenches.
Well, a little bit of frustration's got to show now. You know, it's still early in the ball game, but I'm sure TL's very upset after the quick striking offense of San Rafael.
Lafrano will attempt once again. That would only get measured maybe half the distance to the goal. But they decline the penalty, and they'll take it off from here. Kick is up. And it's good. 4:28 till halftime. San Rafael leads 35-7. We'll be back right after this message. He's working out tonight. After every touchdown, that young man's got to do push-ups. I'd hate to be in his position tonight.
He's looking at about 35 push-ups now.
Well, that's the fun and spirit of high school football. So the officials are now marking off the penalty. They marked off 5 against San Rafael. Now they're marking off 15 against Terra. So a difference of 10 yards. And Lafrano will kick off from the 50-yard line. Every kicker's dream is to kick from the 50-yard line and put him deep in a hole, you know. Speaking of yardage, I always think about how baseball players can hit from one end of the football field to the other. It's amazing. Lafronto kicking off. This should be close down to the end zone. Abel will take over at about the 3. Finding some room up the middle. Finds a hole. Abel's to the outside. One more breakaway, and he's gone all the way. A touchdown saving tackle by number 21, Lafronto, the kicker. Who else? Jeff Abel was down at the other end.
Well, one part of Santa Fe's game that's not working tonight is their special teams on kickoffs. Terra has had success every time they've got the ball. And right there, Lafronto, the kicker, makes a great tackle. That's about the second or third tackle tonight that he's made.
35-7, 4:17 to go until halftime. The Trojans have scored only on the kickoff run returned by Steve Hart. 1st and 10, the ball's on the 39. Back to pass is done. No way is he getting out of this one. Led by Gavin Moore and Snellgrove, the defensive line takes care of Dunn.
Well, you can see Moore here explode through the line. Grabs Dunn, and here comes Snellgrove and a few others to make the tackle.
So the Trojans lose about 15 on the play. They move back farther now. The second down now and about 23 to go. Dunn in the shotgun formation, looking to let this one go, and he got hit there, and an interception by Ford. They're going to call it incomplete. Dunn is down and injured. He took a shot from the backside, and Ford almost picked that one up off before it hit the ground.
You can see right here, Rich Dunn just gets creamed out of the picture just as he's getting ready to let go of the ball. And he's being attended to in the middle of the field.
Dave Dunn hurt there.
It looked like Brandt coming around the outside to make the hit on him.
And coming in the quarterback for the Trojans is number 11 rather, Scott Ulrich. Take a look one more time at this shot here.
And there you see Brandt coming around from the top of your screen, and he just pummels Dunn.
Excellent attempt there by Ford on the interception. Handoff inside now going to Abel up the middle. He's diving forward, picks up about 5 of those yards. And it'll be 4th down and about 15 to go.
Well, Ulrich giving the ball to Abel. He's going around the right side, and he does pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Terra having success with that 4 and 5 yard run, but they can't get anything big going so far.
Warming up on the sidelines is Matt Hyams. Milt Hyams, we'll get his name right here. Maurer is back to do the kicking. He gets a low one off. It line drives and bounces right up into Brandt's hands. He's got some room on the outside. He waits for the block. Cuts back across the grain rather, finds some room on the outside. Gets away from one guy, but he's going to be taken down there by number 87. That's the tight end, Gerald McCarthy. So the Bulldogs in excellent position here.
Well, Brandt cutting back. He was thinking about going right, goes back left, tries to get around end before he's drug out of bounds. Tough man to bring down tonight, Dave Brandt.
So Hyams in now. The ball on the 48-yard line of Terra. Moses is split out to the right. Dietz is one tight end. Handoff going out of Brandt, finding some room on the outside, drives up to about the 43, picks up about 5. So the Bulldogs in good position right now.
Well, Brandt taking the handoff, going around the left side of the top of your screen, goes around in, and still he gets about 5-6 yards.
Coming out now is Moses, as you look there at Coach Muster. Running with the ball right now up the middle is Howard. Take that back. It's number 35. And that's Jeff Shinjo. Shinjo picks up about 5 yards on the play. Third down at about 2. We're down to a minute and a half to go until halftime. The Bulldogs will be content just to run some time off the clock. Handoff now going inside to Shanzhou again. He'll pick up a few yards. Maybe he'll be short of the first down.
Well, there you see Shinjo just trying to run some time off the clock, as you said. And it doesn't matter who's carrying the ball tonight for the Bulldogs. Their line has done a tremendous job.
4th and about a yard to go. And the Bulldogs will go for it. Shinjo in the backfield along with number 33. That's Mark Edwards. The I formation. And picking up the first down is number 21. That's Aaron Lafrano. And timeout is called. And the fumble recovery. Terra picks up the fumble. That ball just kind of squirted out there at the last second. So the Trojans with 27 seconds left. Might see them try to air this one out, Mike.
Well, you see the handoff going through the middle, and right there it looked like the ball just squirted loose. Just as the tackle was completed, and TL gets a break.
Sorry about that. Looked like Williams was in on the tackle and picked up the fumble as well. Ulrich, at quarterback, hands off inside now to Abel. And that's going to about do it for the first half of play. The San Rafael Bulldogs trying to get themselves in position to apply for a playoff berth. Lead the Terra Trojans 35-7. We'll be back with second half action right after this message. And taking the kickoff is Moses going upfield, and he's going to stop at about the 20-yard line, 20, maybe short of it. As the Bulldogs and Trojans are underway. Second half football action, 35-7. The offense, we'll take a look here of the Bulldogs. The quarterback will be Sweeney, number 12. In the backfield will be Howard and Brandt. The wide receivers are Moses and Blomquist. Make that Moses and Living Good. The tight end is Dietz. Terra starts out in a 4-3-4 defense. Sweeney hands off to Howard. Breaks the tackle. Tripped up there on the play. Stopping him before he gets outside. Looks like that was number 24. And that's Matt Pierce. The line for the Bulldogs. They've got Ford at the right tackle, left tackle. Riley left guard. The center is Bentley. Right guard is Scar. Right tackle is Cavannolo. I'll get it right one day or another. Second down. A loss of a half yard on the play. Handoff going inside once again. And they might make it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense for Terra, they've got set up on defense the defensive ends Green and Crudo at 77 and 88. Tackles are Flannery and Ottolini, 69-71. The linebackers outside of Williams and Curley. The middle linebacker is Mike Anderson. And in the defensive backfield, they've got Matt Pierce, Maher. Number 46 is Scott Bessie, and in the corner also. Third down and 12. Back to pass to Sweeney. Setting up a block, going to Moses. It's complete. Fakes out one defender, going downfield. Breaks through another and gets knocked forward. Up to the 48-yard line. Dave Moses having an outstanding ball game, and whenever Sweeney gets in trouble, he heads over to Moses.
Well, as you said, Moses having an outstanding ball game. Here he gets another 30-yard catch. A good move right there for an extra 5 yards. And Moses has got 105 yards worth of receiving work tonight.
First and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. Pitch back to Brandt, finds some running room up the middle, cuts back across the grain, then gets knocked forward, picks up about 9 yards, stopped on the play by number 40, Anderson, with a little help there from 71, Ottolini. So the Bulldogs marching upfield, 9:42. They go into third period. That was a long first half there, Mike, we had.
About an hour and a half.
The Bulldog mascot is tired. All those push-ups he's doing after scoring. Second down and about, make it a long 2. Sweeney back to pass. Has Livingood open, but he's going to Dietz. Outside completion. Dietz knocked out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. This is an effective offense that the Bulldogs are showing tonight. Power running, which opens up the passing game to receivers like Dietz and Livingood and Moses.
Well, you're going to see Sweeney getting all kinds of time to look for a receiver, and finally Dietz breaks through downfield for another big pickup for the Bulldogs.
First and 10, Bulldogs marching once again. Moses split out to the left. To the right is Livingood. In the backfield is Howard alone. Handoff up the middle. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, and just scrambles down the pursuit of the defense of Terra held them down there. Flannery on the tackle with a little help there from Anderson.
The Bulldogs going back to their ground game, rather. And they pick up about a yard on the play before the Terra defense stops them.
Second down and 9. I formation, Brandt, Howard the fullback, Moses and Livingood split outside. The tight end is Dietz on the right. Quick pass to Moses. Moses drops the ball. That's going to be incomplete. Back defending on the play was number 48. That's Abel with a little help there from Curley.
Well, there's a pass by Sweeney. He hits Moses, and he just kind of bobbles it. Interesting enough, that's Roger Sweeney's first incomplete pass of the night. Sweeney 6 for 7.
Third down and 9 to go. In motion's Livingood on the reverse, gets an opening, and beautiful defensive play there by number 24. That's Matt Pierce making the stop. As a reverse, didn't work out too well.
Well, Livingood going in motion that time, taking the handoff, trying to get around end. And he picks up maybe 1 yard, 1 or 2 yards on the play.
Also assisting on the play was number 57, Scott Curley. Fourth down, a long 5 to go. And it looked like the Bulldogs are going to go after this one. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Sweeney in the shotgun formation, dropping back to pass, looking across the middle there to Moses, touchdown. David Moses. Beautiful reception and a touchdown. So on a 4th and 6, San Rafael goes in.
Sweeney from the shotgun right there, looking for Moses all the way, 25 yards downfield, and there's the receiver for another catch and 6 points for the Bulldogs.
It's been the David Moses night here at Miller Field. 41-7. Lafrano in to attempt the point after. Snap is low, gets it up. Would it slide over? Yes, it will. 42-7. San Rafael clinching their way into a possible playoff berth in the NCS.
Well, here's Roger Sweeney, now 7 for 8 in the game. Throws a perfect strike downfield, and it's pay dirt again.
So the Bulldogs accumulating a lot of yards, making a very strong showing by this victory. Well, we can't count it yet. We still have a lot of ball left, but if this holds up, they have a very strong case going into the headquarters in Danville and applying for that final playoff berth.
For every point the Sanford scores, the Sanford mascot will be doing push-ups. So let's have the crowd.
So 7:50 to go, and there you see Hart and Abel deep for Terra. Lafrano, who's had quite a workout this evening, back to do the kicking. And a good high kick coming up. A new back there for Terra, and he fumbles it, and he doesn't pick it up. Yes, he does. Scott Bissey had a hard time with the kickoff as it died in front of him, And he wasn't able to pick this one up, and so the Trojans will start deep in their own territory.
Well, you're going to see that kick right there, just squirming away from him, ball rolling end over end. He was very fortunate to get the ball back.
This will be probably the deepest start of possession for the Trojans tonight.
It's one of the few times they haven't got a good run back.
1st and 10. Scott Ulrich, the quarterback for Terra. Hands off to Ken Corley. Corley's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. Tackled by Brandt. A little help there from Gavin Moore.
Wait a minute.
Second down and about 9 to go. Get a look there at Ulrich and company.
Let's count along, crowd.
Handoff going outside to Abel. Finds a little running room, still going. Finally making the tackle was Moses with a little help from Blomquist. Drives him up close to the first down. Timeout is called. And it's a first down. And that Bulldog is having a tough time there. 42 push-ups. All right. And they made it. Third down. Make it first down and 10, rather, for the Trojans. Abel picking up the first down. Driving up the middle now is Mowers.
Until we do enough for any more points with the Bulldogs score tonight.
Stopped by Moses on the play.
There's Mowers taking the handoff, trying to drive upfield against a very tough San Rafael defense. And he picks up about 6-7 yards on the play. So Terra continuing to run the ball for 3-4 yards at a time, but they can't strike big when they need it.
Split out now is Maher to the right. Going across the middle, overthrows, intercepted, Dietz. Another turnover as Ulrich overthrew his open receiver, Maher. Maher was wide open, and he overthrew him, and there was Dietz.
Well, as you said, that's exactly what happened. Ulrich just overthrows him, and Dietz is on the ground to make the catch. And again, the Bulldogs have good field position to start it off.
Dietz, the 6'3 senior, playing safety, was able to scout the field and pick that one up. So now the Bulldogs, once again, great position. They're on the 43-yard line of Terra. Hyams there at quarterback now. Living Good does a twist in motion. Handoff going now to Brandt, driving hard up the middle. He's going to be down to about the 35, making the 34-yard line. David Brandt.
Well, we've seen this one before tonight. Brandt left or Brandt right. He picks up 8 and 9 yards every time so far.
Bissey on the tackle for Terra. The Trojans trying to hold on here. Not let any more points get on the board. In motion is Living Good. Circles back the other way. Pitch out going to Brandt. Driving off tackle. Good pursuit by the Terra defense. Tackle on the play by number 24, Matt Pierce. With a little help there from 52, Alan Williams. The linebackers of the Trojans have been quite busy tonight. It's going to be now 1st and 10. Ball resting on the 32-yard line. We're down to 4.5 minutes till the end of the third quarter. Hyams dropping back now. Reverse coming in. Living Good finds an opening. Breaks a few tackles. Hits up against the safety and gets tackled from behind there by Pierce. Matt Pierce has been on a lot of tackles tonight. Living Good might have picked up about 7 on the play.
Well, here comes the reverse. Living Good coming around in, takes the handoff. Eludes one tackler there, breaks away from another there before he's brought down by 3 Trojans. Greg Livingood, a very strong runner, junior running back.
1st and 10 as he picked up 10 on the play. Edwards in the backfield for San Rafael. Hyams dropping back to pass, trying to look at Moses. Going across field to Dietz, incomplete. Back defending on the play was number 40, Mike Anderson. 2nd down.
Well, Hyams looking for Moses, as you said, downfield, and the ball's just a little bit wide.
Bloomquist now coming in for San Rafael. So Lafrano and Edwards in the backfield. Second down and 10. Split way outside is Moses. Dropping back is Hyams. He wants to go deep to Moses, but he doesn't. Goes up short, and it will be about a yard gain to Edwards, who comes up limping.
Then you see Hyams dropping back here. He just pitches it straight forward to Edwards, short of the line of scrimmage, and Edwards maybe picks up 2 or 3 yards.
Trojan defense snuffs that one out. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Edwards coming out for San Rafael. Going in is Shenjo, along with Dave Brandt. So it'll be Shenjo and Brandt in the backfield. Behind Hyams. Drops back for the pass. Got Moses open. Going for a short screen is Shenjo. Great defensive stop. He breaks away from a couple tackles. Looked like Curley had him stopped on the play, but Shenjo, with a little power that he has, was able to break the tackle. What a strong backup runner he is, too.
Yeah, it's an excellent play by Shinjo right there. He takes this pass, just screen pass at the top of your screen. He eludes that tackle right there before the rest of the Trojans come in to finish him off.
4th down and 7. 2.5 minutes to go until the end of the period. 42-7 in favor of San Rafael. Shotgun formation. Hyams dropping back. He's looking at Livingood across the field. Goes outside. Tries to complete it to Brandt. Incomplete. Back defending for Terra. He had Pierce along with Bissey. Also up short was Curley. So the Trojans will take over on downs. 1st and 10. They'll start from the 20-yard line. So Coach Bob Caro and his leader now, Scott Ulrich, will try to see what they can do to get on the board here again. Dave Dunn was injured earlier, and he hasn't returned. The backfield, Abel and Mowers. Going up the middle. Mowers, he might pick up 2 on the play. Snellgrove in on the tackle. Now is the wide receiver is Jason Walker, number 10. He's in along with Keith Maher, who split out to the top. The tight end is McCarthy. With the ball going up the middle now, 44 is Ken Corley. Corley will pick up about 4 or 5 on the play. Actually, enough for the 1st down.
Trojans sticking with the ground game, give the ball to Corley. He gets a good block there, cuts back inside, and picks up the 1st down.
1.5 minutes to go to the end of the 3rd period. So you get a look there at the Trojan huddle. And if they don't hurry, they might get a delay of game here. I think the officials are holding up because we have an injured player here, and that's Corley. And they get Corley off the field. So now they'll start off. Going out to the left is Walker. A new wide receiver in 17, Pat Troya. Pat Troya comes out to the right. but a handoff will go to Mowers. He runs outside, got a little bit of running room, but Howard's there to make the tackle, along with Dietz, number 47, coming up from the safety position. That'll bring up now 2nd down and about 6.
Well, Mauer's trying to go around end there. He's being held up, and here comes Dietz to finish him off. Sandra Fell just does a great job getting to the ball carrier.
We're under a minute to go in the 3rd period. Pitch out, going outside now to number 20. That's Scott Anderson. He took a shot and knocked him out of bounds. Anderson was motoring around trying to get that corner, and he picks up the 1st down.
Well, we've been talking about Moses on the receiving end running the offense. Watch him put this hit right here on Anderson coming up at the bottom of your screen. Here comes Moses. Bam. Stops him dead.
But the Trojans do pick up the 1st down. Moves them down to the 41-yard line. Half a minute to go in the 3rd period. Anderson once again on a carry, and he stacked up to the line of scrimmage. You see big Aaron Snellgrove off in there, number 74, with a little help from Burgess, 76. As they stop Anderson after he picked up 2 yards on the play. And we're coming to the end of the 3rd period of play. 5 seconds. And they won't get this play off. And that's the end of the 3rd period of play. The San Rafael Bulldogs, 12 more minutes and on their way possibly to a playoff in the North Coast Sectionals coming up. 4th and final period, we'll return. By Maher. And it should be enough for the 1st down. Keith Maher, having a tough time tonight with that San Rafael defense, makes an excellent reception.
As you said, he's having a tough time with that defense. That's only Maher's 2nd catch of the night. Although Terra hasn't thrown the ball that much yet. And I think they're going to have to start throwing the ball now in the 4th quarter.
Aldridge once again hands off inside. Now Anderson sneaks over for about 2 or 3 yards. The Trojans getting off one of their better drives of the evening.
Well, Anderson coming into the ball game and doing pretty well so far. He picks up another few yards for Terra.
This has been an exciting football season here in the MCAL. A lot of action, and we've seen plenty of it here on the TV 36 game of the week. Anderson on the carry once again. He's met in the backfield, taken down by Snellgrove, and I think we're going to get a face mask on this one.
Well, I think that's most definitely the call. You see Snellgrove get in on Anderson quick right here, but there's the hand on that mask, and he drags him down.
Pete Dartis, the referee, making the call, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down for Terra.
That mask is such an inviting thing to drag someone down with. It's like a handle.
And they have to be especially careful because someone can get injured from that. And it's tough for defensive linemen because they have so much tape on their hands and they get stuck on the face mask. And a lot of it's intentional. Well, 99% is intentional. Aldridge hands off inside once again, Anderson. And he's met up there by Snellgrove, but a little help from Leonard Howard. Make the running back this time Ken Corley the carrier.
Well, again, Snellgrove, number 74, in on another tackle. He's been on a bunch of them tonight. Along with the rest of the San Rafael defense, Ford has had a good night too.
Split out now. And up the middle is Mowers as he came back in. And that middle, the Bulldog defense is getting quite tough to get any yardage off of. Anytime Terra ran off tackle, they were able to pick up yards, but they're going right into the heart of that defense.
Again, you see it, as you were saying, it runs right into the heart of San Rafael's defense, and there's just nothing there. San Rafael doing an excellent job the second half, clogging up the hole up the middle.
Corley comes out. Maher and Spear split out to the left. In the backfield's Anderson and Mowers, the tight end, McCarthy. So on the outside, Anderson gets one little pitch. He gets a block, but he goes nowhere. Great defensive play that time by Blomquist. As Anderson stopped for a short gain.
Well, Anderson looking upfield, and here comes Blomquist. Bang.
Also tackling on the play was Brandt, who set him up with the tackle, forcing the runner to go back inside. 4th down and 8, and you can just about see the Trojans now going for it. Ulrich going across the middle, almost intercepted by Blomquist as he and Brandt collided, and the Bulldogs will take over on down.
Well, Ulrich looking downfield, and there's just a pack of Bulldogs there waiting for his pass, and they bat it down and take over the ball.
Well, we have this changeover, like to mention, in the MCAL Girls Volleyball Championship. The Terra Trojans defeated the Marin Catholic Wildcats. Want to congratulate Coach Mike Peters and his staff on a fine season in the MCAL Volleyball division. Hyams now hands off inside. And that looks like Lafrano carrying. Now some new recruits are coming in.
Well, we got some stats for the starters of San Rafael through the 3 quarters. Roger Sweeney, 7 for 8 for 190 yards. On the ground, Dave Brandt, 89 yards, 3 touchdowns. Leonard Howard, 33 yards. Greg Livingood, 82 yards.
Handoff inside, and whoa, wrapped up. Looked like Edwards, the running back, on the play. And he got stacked up pretty quickly there. And I hope no one's calling me for dinner with that sound. Gain of 1 on the play by Edwards. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 to go. Hyams goes outside. He's looking to pass the ball. Going outside now to Dietz. He makes the reception. It'll be 1st down Bulldogs. Anderson makes the stop on the play. So the Bulldogs, as Hyams gets off a pass, will continue with the ball with 7:37 to go in the period.
Well, you see Hyams looking downfield. He does a good job throwing the pass there. And the Bulldogs get their offense going no matter who's in there.
Bulldogs on their way, 42-7. I'm sure both coaches would just like to get this one over with. Hyams on a quarterback keeper, goes up the middle, finds some running room, picked up about 9, close to 10 yards for the 1st down.
Well, there's Hyams on the quarterback keep. He fakes like he's going back into the pocket and heads upfield for a pretty good pickup.
Now we're seeing the remainder of the squads coming in. Coach Bob Caro and company on the other side of the field. They've had a fine season for the Trojans this year. Going up the middle once again, Edwards. Fumble on the play. And I think they'll still let it be Bulldog ball. Yes, it will. 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 6 minutes, 54 seconds to go. And I want to thank Coach Bob Caro and his staff for the information on the team and wish them success in the 1988 season. They've had a good season this year. Many did not expect the Trojans to do as well as they did in the race for a playoff berth into the final season. They lost a lot of players from last year's outstanding ball club. And it's going to be a motion called there. It looks like Shenzhou was offside, and we'll see what happens here. Pete Dardis is going to make the call, our referee. Illegal procedure is a call against Sam Rafael, as Coach Muster is sending in some fresh jerseys, as you can see there, some clean uniforms. And also, there are some offsetting penalties, illegal procedure against Sam Rafael, and unsportsmanlike conduct against Terra Linda. So that's going to mark 5 against Sam Rafael, then 15 against Terra Linda, and it's going to bring up a first and about 1. An unusual measurement for a penalty, I tell you. Never seen a 1st and 1. I am calling the signals. Joe Ford says we're going to take off a little early here, and that's going to push him back 5 yards. Also want to congratulate in soccer, the Redwood Giants. Mike had a good season in soccer, and they're in the Tournament of Champions playoff as well.
In a big game they won at McGinnis Park. I heard the winds were in excess of 40 to 50 miles an hour in that one.
I tell you, the goalies really had their hands full. It's like playing soccer. Some of the outstanding all-county league players, Redwood had 5 players on that team. Alan Rosenberg, Kendall Fargo, Bill Davis, Peter Moik, and Carlton Stoley. And San Marin, William Haas, Sean Ramsey, Matt Duran, John Laidley. And from Drake, one of the outstanding players in the conference, Kenji Miller. Vince Milani, Todd Gervin. And from Terra Linda, Craig Pollock, Sam Rafael, Rick Gardner. And from Novato, Greg Stobie, Tamalpais, Hank Brosh. And from Marin Catholic, Ralph Montez. Congratulations, gentlemen, all county, all league first team in the MCAL soccer. Take a look here at the last play, Mike.
Well, you can see just the signals are getting mixed up. There's a lot of new guys in the ball game right now and probably not used to playing with each other. And he just plain jumps off sides. And that's going to happen when the subs start coming in and out of the game.
Also in the MCL action, want to mention that one of the top ladies tennis players from San Rafael, Natalia Nardiz. She's been an outstanding tennis player. I think she went undefeated through the season in tennis this year. Congratulations to Natalia. Hyams dropping back to pass, going to make a quick one, and is incomplete. No, an interception there by number 24, Pierce, and the Trojans get a turnover.
Well, Hyams had to get rid of the ball quick, as you're going to see Martinez coming from the top of your screen right there. Is right on his tail. And Pierce jumps in and picks the ball off. Great play. Trojans still showing some life here late in the 4th quarter.
We're down to 6:18. The Trojans with the ball. And we're going to see pretty much, well, both benches are emptied, but the Trojans would like to get on the board with their offense tonight. The only score their part of the ball game was an 85-yard kickoff return, a fumble, and the Bulldogs pick it up as number 27, Living Good, on the cover.
Well, it's a miscue in the backfield right there. The ball's dropped, and Greg Livingood in to pick it up. So as quick as Terra Linda gets the ball, they give it away.
Halfway now through the 4th quarter. Yes, Mike.
And it just seems like the whole game's been going that way for the Trojans. As quick as they score in the 1st quarter on the opening kickoff, San Rafael comes back and scores twice on them.
We wind down the 1987 season of MCAL football here on Viacom TV 36. The Bulldogs on the move once again. Hyams going outside. Option set up. He hits it outside now to Lafrano. He gets tripped up there by number 86. Makes it 88, Paul Crudo.
Well, Hyam's showing some pretty good composure right here. Rolling out to the left on the option. He's being pursued and dishes off. You see him take a good hit right after he gets rid of the ball.
Second down and 10. Hyams fakes the handoff inside, and it looks like Living Good, and he's stacked up by a band of Trojans. Led in there by number 66, Matt Murray, along with 88, Paul Crudo.
Well, you're going to see the fake here. Chinjo takes the brunt of it. The Trojans thought he had the ball, and he took the shot in the backfield.
In the area, kicking around, a couple of girls saw Dina being pulled.
That was a shot he took too, Mike.
And this is good work for San Rafael. You never know when somebody's going to get injured. You're getting a lot of guys some playing time here.
And just in case they do get that bid to the playoffs, they'll have everybody pretty much well warmed up, and he's saving his guys just in case. By number 28. And that's a number that I don't have. But anyway, the Trojans get an interception as Hyams was trying to reach number 80, Ben Bauer. That might have been Maher 27 back there on the interception. And we have a penalty flag down on the play. And it's going to be against Terra.
On a cold night like this, sometimes those hard passes to you are very easy to drop. Ball hit Bauer pretty hard. Tough to get a grip on the ball when your hands are cold.
The penalty is called for clipping. And the Trojans will start on their 20-yard line. Make the 25-yard line where the Trojans will start. We have a delay here in the game. Got some happy Bulldog fans on the side of the field. Opening up the middle and carrying the ball this time is number 52. It's Alan Williams.
Well, there's Williams getting the ball. He hits a big hole there, pops off one defender, and pushes up for 5 yards.
Split out now is number 17 is Troya. Once again, Williams up the middle, and he's taken down by 74 Snellgrove. Williams may have picked up 3 yards on the play. We're hitting the 3-minute mark on the final period of play. I'd like to thank all the coaches and their staffs and the athletic directors and people involved at all the schools for their participation in our production of Viacom's TV 36 Game of the Week. Handoff outside, now going to Mowers, and he tripped up over his own man. He may have had some room here.
Well, as you said, Mowers was tripped up. He picked up a few yards on the play. You see him trying to get around end right there, and he just loses his footing and goes down. Mowers has got 30 yards on the night.
And it looks like TL is going to punt this one. Mowers back doing the kicking. Mowers gets off a low kick. Picked up by number 82. And that's Zach Nelson. So San Rafael will take over for the final 2 minutes of the ball game. Once again, and Mike, I'm sure you agree with me on this, we've had a lot of outstanding cooperations from the schools in presenting our game of the week. And we'd like to thank everybody involved. We've enjoyed going out to such places as Gerson Field out at Drake. Also at Redwood High School, Clahan Stadium over at Marin Catholic, also in Tamalpais. All the schools are to be commended for an outstanding job this year. And the conference as well. I'm sure Red Brown's very happy with the success of the ball clubs this year. As the 1987 champions in the Marin County Athletic League are the Marin Catholic Wildcats. And Coach Larry Condola and his squad have got to be congratulated on a fine season, Mike.
It's been one of those years where I've said time and time again, anybody can beat anybody on any week. The league was basically pretty much balanced. The top 4 teams are all pretty equal, I think. The Wildcats are a very good team. Their record shows it. But as you saw tonight, the Bulldogs are a team to be reckoned with also. And the San Marin Mustangs and the Terra Trojans.
And we've had some very good ball games this year. And they've gone down to the last minute. And even though we've had one or two games like this, it's been entertaining as well. The conference has put together some fine games, and who would expect the San Rafael would do this at the Terra Linda after Terra Linda played a tough Marin Catholic ball club last week. But the Trojans have had a good season, and they played very well and spirited, and look forward for them to coming back next year as Hyams falls down on the ball with 1:39 left to go. We have some outstanding players. Juan Shedrick of Marin Catholic. Sam Rafael, we saw what Leonard Howard could do. Roger Sweeney has been outstanding. Rich Salauter, Sam Marin, along with Brett Carolyn. Outstanding passing tandem. The great hungry defense of Tamalpais showing off in a game against Sam Rafael with a very outstanding offense as well. Coach Don Smith has put together a good squad there. Drake. Dick Creighton coming back after 5 years of absence in the MCAL, put together a very strong, balanced defensive team and a good defensive team. Had, who I thought, one of the more dominating defensive players in Mike McGinnis this year, who I thought was a fine player.
McGinnis is an outstanding linebacker. He really held together that Pirate defense. And Drake as a whole is a strong defensive team. McGinnis was a good player, but they had some players around him who were just as good.
And also talk about Doug Weeks and Chin. They were good as well. Let's see, we might get a player of the game here, and I think there's only one guy I can think of. Mike, how about you?
If you're thinking of Moses, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's correct. David Moses has been outstanding tonight. This reception he made where he did the alley-oop, almost in for a score. Down to 25 seconds. And the San Rafael Bulldogs are going to take the bell back after a 2-year hiatus over at Terra Linda. And hopefully the Bulldogs, Coach Bob Muster and his staff, will get that bid when they apply at Danville at the headquarters of the NCS, the North Coast Sectionals. And that's the end of the ball game. The San Rafael Bulldogs 42, the Terra Linda Trojans 7. Mike, any closing comments there?
Well, the score pretty much tells the whole story right there. San Rafael's ground game got going, and it never stopped.
The San Rafael Bulldogs on hopefully for a playoff berth. Mike, want to thank you for an outstanding job this year on a telecast.
My
I look
pleasure.
forward to working with you more in the future. As the Bulldog fans celebrate getting back the bell, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on Viacom TV 36 Sports for the MCL Game of the Week. The producer of the MCL Game of the Week is Gary Wasley. Our director, Gary Wasley. Our technical director is Jana Bartow. Audio, Tom Daly. April Sherrado is our audio assistant. The cameras, Sharon Glenn, Mark Gonzalez, and Don Anderson. Camera assistant, Robert Guastavino. Operations supervisor, Greg Peterson. And on the VTR, Jackie Sissel. For Mike Ferenzi, I'm Tucker Rivers. Thank you for joining us here on the 1987 season of the Marin County Athletic League football action. The MCL Game of the Week has been a Viacom TV 36 sports presentation. So long, everybody.
Immediately. Thank you.